A Drive in the Country, 1300, September 11th, 1944. Introductory scenario number 1. After Joe's Bridge was captured on September 10th, the front stabilized, but the Allies knew that time wasn't on their side. It was decided that a reconnaissance deep into German lines was needed to see how strong the German defense was in the Netherlands. In addition, the condition of the first bridge over the Damel south of Valkensvoorde needed to be determined if the British were to resume the advance. So at 1 p.m., 1300 for those of you who care, D Squadron of the 2nd Company of the, HHC, need to get that down, was ordered to charge through enemy lines and reconnoiter the bridge. They sped through the front lines at 60 miles an hour and completely surprised the Germans. Several minutes later, they had come to the bridge and saw a Panzer IV sitting right on top of span. Seeing tanks did just fine on the bridge, they turned around and headed home. The squadron even enjoyed a cup of tea at a local cafe and chatted with some Dutch on the way back. That's what that could be. The Germans were alerted upon their return, and each vehicle was shot up as they stormed back home. But they returned safely to give the Allied commanders and the reassurance about the Germans' position. Market Garden was given the go-ahead for the following Sunday. All right, so we have that D Squadron here. They are the only unit that can move. They start the game in column. It's a one-day turn. There are only 4 chits. They're all Allied. No one can move but them. Everyone's got a no on their movement factors. There's the bridge. They got to get up to that hex and then turn around. Once they hit that bridge, the +3 for fire zone to fire zone is activated. So all the way up there, that's not going to be activated. Now these guys can fire on them as they're coming up. So they got to get there and then get back. When they hit this, this could be no event, T, Dutch, or an anti-tank gun, or like a Panzerfaust or something. I've just put the chits here in order. There's only 4 of them. These mark the boundary of the map. I mean, you're going to be on the road the whole time. I mean, you're not going to get off the road. So they have 35 movement points. They're in column. This artillery can fire indirect. It's in the errata. So they can fire indirect on here, and the mortar can fire indirect on here, and then these guys can fire on here. So that'll happen. They start out with 4 command points. They have 3 command rating, and that is that. So I'm just going to give it a shot. This is 1.1. This is Where Eagles Dare, and I assume I'm going to play this a couple times just to see how it turns out a couple times. All right, this is game 1. So this is going to make every difference in the world, the flow of these counters. So division, that's the first one. Let's see what I get. Oh gosh. So 4 more, so I get up to 8. There are no command points on this game. So this is basically, sorry, I should have said, this is a training scenario, right? It's how to move, how to do the command points, how to use the different chit activations. For the Germans, I mean, this is basically a solo game. Is how to react, how to opportunity fire, how to recover, do all that stuff. I mean, they're not going to be able to recover. They don't have any chits in the cup. So anyway, there we go. So they have 8 to use for the rest of the game. That's it. Holy shniken. I just spent 4 command points, some of the best 4 command points I could have spent. So the mortar fired on the guy here at the bottom with the light barrage. Put a light barrage on him and is that all he put on him? Or did he put a cohesion hit as well? No, I think he just put the light barrage. So that wasn't fantastic. Yeah, because he rolled a 6. And then the artillery fired on that double stack there, eliminated a step, which was pretty good. And then the guy down here, the King's First, I got to get all these initials down. I didn't find the guide to that. Anyway, he attacked into that heavy barrage and got his company bonus. So he's rolling on an 8 and rolled an 8, eliminating that stand of 2 heck counters. That's 2. Yeah. So this guy's under a heavy barrage. He just reduced a step, and then this guy fired on him and suppressed him, and he didn't recover, so he's suppressed. So he can't fire at all. This guy can fire.
I'm going to pay a point and have this guy move through right now. So here we go.
Okay, well, wow. So same counter out. All right, that's a pain. Same counter out. I was able to go all the way there. He got a cohesion hit from this guy when he was leaving. No, actually, yeah. He failed. I think so he was able to roll once, twice, and then 3, 4 times. He failed half of them, and he put a cohesion hit on him, so that's good. But then they were able to come through here and he got it. So this is probably one of the fastest games I've ever played of anything, not just GTS. But it's a good learning scenario. So we are going to definitely play it again. Let's see what happens a second time. And as you can see, the event was no event. So I'll shuffle those back up and shuffle the counters back up and proceed. Okay, whoopsie doodles. In that first game, I was sitting there going, wait a minute, why'd they give the contact marker there? All right, so it was a division shit. So the artillery could have fired, but I didn't roll for contact. And I know how I roll for contact, and I probably would not have gotten that. So that first game, big ass tricks. All right, let's try again. Let's try to follow the rules, shall we? There's rules in this game. All right, well, that makes a huge difference when you actually follow the rules. Okay, couple things. Got Jeff in the background listening. And so game 2, here were the order of events. So the first, okay, well, the independent came up. So everybody could do firing and then moving. I could not call that artillery in. Okay. So this guy went down a step. So more good shooting on that part. This guy suppressed. And they took a light barrage. He took a cohesion hit going through that channel. And then he got all the way up here. The event was T, or cafe. And so I had to roll. I rolled 6, so that used 24 movement points to go sit there and drink the tea. And then they went up a couple. And then when they got up to here, he kept missing his rolls. But then so he recovered that. Wait a minute. How did he get? Oh yeah, he had 2 cohesion hits. He got 2 cohesion hits down moving out of there. Then he got up to here, and then he took 2 cohesion hits, and then he rolled to recover that during that. Because that, okay, yeah, so then that came out. Tried to roll for contact, didn't happen, so no artillery the whole game. The whole whatever. And then, so then he got rid of a cohesion hit, got up to here, took another cohesion hit, and then as he was leaving this, so leaving the fire zone, I thought, okay, he's going to get this. He's going to leave the fire zone. Got it, and he took I think I took a cohesion. Yeah, I got a second cohesion hit up here, and then he took that third hit leaving here, and so badoom, third cohesion, takes a step down, he's done. Sigh. And you were supposed to put another event counter in here, and it would have been Dutch. So that was another thing I didn't do. I didn't put another counter in here. So it helps when you follow the rules. Okay, I'm going to play it a third time. Let's see what happens on the third. It's they're 1-1. We're going for the tiebreaker. Germans, Commonwealth. Here we go. Whoa, now that one. So the best out of 3. The what do they call that? The grudge match. The rubber match. The rubber match. Sorry, Jeff's here with me. I don't know if you can hear him, but all right, so here's how it all turned out. So the independent came up first. So no artillery the first time. I don't know. Did some stuff here. I think the guy was able then to get through. I wish I would have kept track of it. I think he might have taken. I don't remember if he took a cohesion hit. So anyway, so he went all the way through. When they got here, it was the Dutch, which stops them in there because they're all celebrating. So that was that. That can't be right. That can't be right. I thought the order was the cafe. No, that's right. So the Dutch stopped them there. So they were stopped with, that was only using 9. So they were stopped at that. So that was that. Then the division counter came out. I rolled a 1, I rolled a 2. So they got up to 8 total. So he then rolled up. So I paid the points. He rolled up. And I think he got away from all that with just 1 cohesion hit. So that's good. That was better for him. But then when he hit back in there, then he got cafe, and I rolled a 9. 9 times 4 is 36. So then I had 13 more to clear out, leaving this hex. Now it's only 9 to, well, I think it's 10 to the actual victory hex. So there was going to be plenty So 10 plus 13 is, 23. So they were going to have enough. So basically, what Cafe does is you roll a die times 4, and that's how many movement points you're using, and it carries over into the next impulse. So I had already used a bunch, then I rolled 36, so then I had 13 left to use. So it started already 13 points in. Over here, before their buddy came through, I barraged the crap out of things, and I suppressed, and then they kept firing here. He got an 8, and they finally took this guy out. So everyone was suppressed. He was able to just roll right through with barrages going off all around him, and it is a Allied victory. So, but really, I guess, honestly, the Germans have submitted to the Geneva Convention that the first victory has a big old asterisk on it, and they can't think that counts, which is probably accurate. So I should probably play it a 4th time to really break the grudge match. But anyway, that was fun. It's a fun little learning scenario there to kind of see what happens. And it was fun getting the different events and making contact with artillery and doing all that stuff. So, man, I like this system. Okay, thanks to Jeff for really keeping me energized about it. Yeah, boy, he's paying me to say that. Here, I'll show you. Okay, wave again. Oh, look at that. Look how clear that picture is. So good. The picture's good. All right, that's that. We'll see y'all. Bye.